vehicles are unusual in that the gearbox returns to the early position halfway along the chassis and is not directly connected to the engine. Coming along now is a very smart wagon in Harrison Miners colours from Devon. But it doesn't come from Devon. It comes from up in the Yorkshire area. TWU 774M is an ERF LV cab which was built prior to the B series and is the last ERF cab that did not tilt to allow access for the engine. This vehicle was previously owned by Martin Perrins and was last seen here in a fawn colour scheme. Dave Brewer has had permission from Brian Harris from Harrison Myers to paint this lorry in their livery. Matthews ERF is a slightly older version, this being a 64G with a Gardner 6LW, the same as what powers the Harrison Miners lorry, but it has a different style front to the cab and is an earlier version of an LV. It also has a straight chassis, whereas the previous vehicle and the next vehicle that you can see have chassis which slope upwards over the rear axle. This next vehicle, FNB 866D, is another 5.4G, but it's a very rare version, and the cab is fitted directly over the front axle, and there are no steps to get access to the cab. You have to use the step ring on the wheel to climb in. This vehicle was originally owned by Parks from Macclesfield and is used to deliver potatoes, now owned by the Lindhurst Garden Centre in their livery. Coming next, HAX belongs to MS Ellis from Cambridge and Gloucestershire and has an 8-cylinder Gardner 8LXB powering this vehicle with 240 horsepower. It was the only straight 8-cylinder Gardner to be fitted in vehicles, or straight 8-cylinder diesel engine to be fitted in vehicles in the 1970s when this one was built. Next along, a 728 PAV from the CS Ellis Group. Now this is a jack of all trades. Anything breaks down that this can't handle, well, there can't be anything. This will manage just about anything you can see on the roads today. This vehicle was originally a tractor unit, but as you can see now, it's considerably longer, it's been stretched, the chassis is much longer, it's got a crane, holding crane behind the cab, and what we call an underlift crane at the back of the chassis, which can reach underneath the front overhang of a disabled vehicle and connect to the front axle so that they can lift it and suspend tow it. Coming next, C137CKL is what is called an ERF CP series. It's a later version of a C series similar to the 8-wheeler behind, but this vehicle is powered by a Cummins 10-litre 290 horsepower engine. It was originally owned by the Canada Soft Drinks concern, used to carry their bottles of drink and city pop all over the country. It now tows this bulk trailer carrying animal feed around Wales. The next vehicle, belonging to Richard Davies also, is an 8-wheel version of the C series. This one grosses 30 tons and is powered by a Gardner 6LX DT, which is about 12.7 metres and 270 horsepower. Also fitted with a bulker body for delivering animal feed. This is on the longer of the wheelbase chassis offered with an 8-wheeler. The rear bogie, by the way, has rubber suspension, which is fairly standard nowadays for 8-wheelers made by ERF. Coming along now is one of the newest vehicles in the parade today. It's an EC14 with a 14-litre 380 horsepower Cummins engine. Registered N401 MDG. It's owned by C.S. Ellis, who owned the A series you saw earlier. It works on the contract to Mr. Petter out of Gloucester. Coming now is the top-of-the-range vehicle built by ERF today. This EC also has a Cummins 14-litre engine, but this one pushes out 500 horsepower. Now this 6-wheeler is unusual in that the second axle, although it's only got single tires, it cannot steer, but it can lift clear of the ground to aid traction in case of slippery conditions. Now the cab on this, and the last one from Moorflake Oaks, well, they call it the Olympic, but there's just about enough room to do a pole vault inside these cabs. They are huge. You can stand on the engine cover and you still won't touch the roof of the cab. This last one from Moorflake Oaks, as it says on the side, it delivers oats for Weetabix and Kellogg's. But it's not what you get on the table, it's not the finished product. They take the oats from the field and deliver it to the millers and the people like Kellogg's, who then process it and then it ends up on your kitchen table for your breakfast. This Moorflake Oaks vehicle also has an Olympic cab, and the shine on the wheels shows that they're aluminium, which is considerably lighter than the steel wheel was and helps with payload. These last three vehicles, all these ECs, run at the maximum gross weight nowadays of 38 tons, though you can go up to 44 tons if you're carrying what they call intermodal containers from railway sidings, providing that somewhere along the line the load you carried originated from the railways or is being delivered to them. Now you've got a line-up of the finest British trucks made today. ERF is the last true British truck manufacturer. And they will survive, and they will take on the might of the continent, and they'll beat them. You cannot get a better truck than an ERF. They are making more nowadays than they have made per year in their production line. And people are realizing these vehicles are what it takes to keep this country running. The cabs on these are made of a reinforced sheet molded plastics compound so they don't rust, and they more than likely will still be on the road in 20 years' time, still earning their keep and still giving a good day's work. As you can see, number one comes past now. That lorry survived. There are not many manufacturers who can show the very first lorry built still surviving in near original condition. If you are interested in trucks, in ERF in particular, we've got a lot of information, pictures, photographs, anything that might come in handy. There's a lot of it over in the marquee where our ERF group is positioned. There are about another 100 plus ERFs over there for you to look at. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but these boys do work hard for a living, and if you're interested, they'll make you welcome, few stories as well. Well, thank you for your patience and understanding. We hope to be back again next year. We'll be in again tomorrow. That's if I don't get lynched for giving this commentary. Thank you very much.